The government has called an official drought in Otago and Southland. Calls have been growing this week for the declaration of a medium-scale adverse event to be added to ones declared for the lower North Island and for the South Island's west coast. It really is dry in much of the country. In the heart of central Otago, the notice means help for farms selling off tens of thousands of sheep and cattle as they simply run out of feed. Our Otago Southland reporter Ian Telfer drove through the region today, and Ian filed this report.
On farms in the heart of the country's driest region, they usually say it's not drought, it's just the Manyatoto. But even these tough nuts are feeling it now. Wedderburn farm worker Hamish Wilson's been here for 23 years, but never seen it like this.
We're used to the dry, but we're not used to this dry. Yeah, when houses are running out of water and hills are running out of, the creeks are drying up, the stock haven't got a lot of places to go, so get a lot of gates get left open and they fend for themselves and hang around waterholes pretty much. It's about all we can do.
It's already 30 degrees by mid-morning. Mr Wilson got up early again to come over and help Patearoa sheep farmer Andrew Hoare to send off another truckload of lambs he can't feed to greener pastures in Canterbury. They've already sold off about 3,000 lambs, about a third of the flock. He says there's no doubt what's going on.
Yeah, we are in central Otago, so we're now from being dry, almost a desert, but this year probably biting a little bit more than normal because it started in November. Normally it's dry now, January, February are the hot dry months, but most of the time you're weaned by then, so you get all the sheep out of the high country, get them out of your hair until April, so we're starting things a little bit earlier this year.
Yeah, would you call this drought up here?
Oh, yeah, if you can say there's a drought on the west coast, I'd say you can call this drought.
All this selling off is keeping stock agents like Rion Smith busy. He's been sending thousands of lambs and cattle northwards to places that did get rain late last year, from Canterbury all the way to Blenheim.
Like Andrew said, it's just they're just sort of forward planning. You know, they can't carry them. They're better off out the gate, and they might as well make the most of it because you never know what that store price is going to do. If we don't get more rain in Canterbury, so it could drop out of it. The price could drop back. So they sort of take the opportunity now, I suppose, and offload lambs and get them out of the place.
All this has built momentum since Christmas for drought to be declared officially and farmer assistance unlocked. The Minister of Agriculture, Damien O'Connor, did just that this afternoon for Central Otago, Queenstown Lakes, Clutha in South Otago and all of Southland.
Look, I think anyone who understands farming understands the concerns that no water delivers to a farming operation from a production perspective, from an animal welfare perspective, from general human welfare perspective. So we're going to move as quickly as we can to help the farmers in any way we can.
And it just keeps getting hotter. Central Otago's Mayor Tim Cadogan says Alexandra's reached 38 or 39 today and it's baking.
There were some kids biking away from school as I was walking down, and they were sticking to the tar seal because it's all melting. I tell you what, it feels absolutely beautiful if you're sitting next to the lake or the river, but for the people who are working, and particularly the farmers on the land, we're over it really.
What the farmers really want is rain. And it might be on its way. People here in Manyatoto keep flicking between the sky and the Norwegian weather service site yr.no, which is predicting a deluge of 40 millimetres of rain from Thursday. Farm worker Hamish Wilson has his fingers crossed.
A lot of boys are very hopeful. If it doesn't come, I don't know what will happen. There'll be a lot of sour faces and grumpy people around if it doesn't. But here's hoping. 2 days, we'll find out.
Met Service 2 is forecasting a rainstorm to hit the South Island from Thursday, and that's the best news Otago and Southland farmers have had for months. In Patearoa for Checkpoint, Ian Telfer.